Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovation. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. Greetings, family. This is just going to be very brief. I want to thank each and every one of you that support K.S.P TV and the Numerovation Nation, and which is also called the Ministry of Numerovation. Just wanted to show some love to certain businesses out there that has been a part of the journey. First and foremost, want to support, of course, my courses. This is a 9-phase, 2 links, 9-phase course, which is consists of 8 hours of raw, uncut, chalkboard and PowerPoint course. If you are interested to be a part of this journey, which you will receive the 2 links, and you'll be able to watch it at your convenience. That's the King Simon's Holistic Numerovation course. You can learn the BATH method and how to apply your mathematics from a basic level. You know, learning to see beyond, around, and tracking and hearing the numbers. Just want to let people know that this is an ever-evolving thing. This holistic numerovation is an evolving thing, and it's going to be going to different levels. It will be heading to different levels as I am seeing and as I'm continuing to study, not just myself, but study nature, things around me. So please make a note of it. If you are interested, the classes or the course is now $199.99, basically $200. And the regular price is $222.22. So if you do want to get those courses, please text me at 347-496-1022 or email me at the particular email on this particular banner, which is the numerovator@gmail.com. That's the numerovator@gmail.com. All right, just make a note of that. Next business I would like you to support is Better Health Shop. Make sure you support Better Health Shop. Better Health Shop can be found on Etsy. That's betterhealthshop.etsy.com. That's ETSY.com. And their number is 1-800-820-7822. That's 1-800-820-7822. Better Health Shop have some great products. I have tried their monatomic gold. They have also colloidal silver. They have burdock root. They have sea moss. They have a whole host of great product that is reasonable. And they also do consultation on every and any products that's on their website. In other words, they know how to explain it. So give them a call or text them at 1-800-820-7822. That's 1-800-820-7822. And please remind them that King Simon sent you. All right. Very important. Check out that brand there. Also, those who want to buy my books are available on Amazon, yes. But the fastest way to get to the links on my books is to go to Linktree. That's linktr.ee/King Simon the Numerovator. That's /King Simon the Numerovator. And you will be able to get directly to my books, directly to my brand, and enjoy. That's, of course, the first book that I put out was No Promotion is Bad Promotion. And that particular book is a revised version. It's a motivational book to show you how to motivate your business from a small level to a high level. But I also give you stories, telling my story about promotion and production in my world of promotion and production at the period of time that I've been doing it. I've been doing promotion and production since I was 12 years of age, and now I am 54 years younger. So that book is very informative, and it touches a lot of different things in and throughout that book, 10 chapters. Okay. And the other book is Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated. That was my first numerology book that came out. That's published by Dr. Africa. The first book is also published by Dr. Africa and his wife, Dr. Melanie. And the third book is Numbers Are Simple, Children's Health is Important. Another book that is published by Dr. Africa and his beloved wife, Dr. Melanie. Also, check out my newest addition to that, those beautiful books, Numerovation for Mental Stability. That's Numerovation for Mental Stability. It's a very interesting, basic guide that can give you some, keep you motivated. It will keep you motivated by understanding the numbers that you're connected to, whether it's through your birthday or your name. All right. So make sure you get that particular book. And again, you can go to King Simon, the Numerovator on Linktree. That's King Simon, the Numerovator on Linktree. You get a direct link to all my books. I have 6 more that I'm producing, and you get a direct link to my websites and my YouTube channel. All right. Thank you very much. Next, I want you definitely to support. These are all paid advertisers that I'm promoting right now. These are all paid advertisers. My brother, Lloyd Strayhorn, my brother, and one of my teachers in astronumerology, the one, the only Lloyd Strayhorn. I've been studying Lloyd since 1988, 1989. And you can go to his website, take his classes, get his books, get his newsletter. That's www.lloyd-strayhorn.com. That's www.lloyd-strayhorn.com. And after that, we have pedalwise.com. That's www.pedalwise.com. The original 1-month kit they have, United in Spirit, Balance in Body, 30 Days to Better Periods. Of course, she's dealing with fibroid tumors and different things that deal with women and their bodily function, but they have also great products for antiviral products. They have different things for mental health and all of that. And also they do consultation also. So when you do go on that website, pedalwise.com, you can also link with the number on that website and also sign up for their free classes and their products and their consultation, especially sisters that are going through a lot of heavy bleeding, a lot of fibroid issues, past fibroid issues, how to be, she does a preventative thing. So make sure you give them a call or contact them through their website, at pedalwise.com. And please, if you want to order any of the products for 2021, please use the 10% off coupon code. That's the 10% off coupon code, and show them some love that way. Give them some love. And especially if brothers, if you care about your women, and family members, if you care about the women in the family that's going through a lot of stress, mental health due to what's happening in their vaginal areas or in their body, through breasts and all that, any part of the woman's body, this sister can help you. Pedalwise.com. That's pedalwise.com. And again, tell them that King Simon sent you. Last but not least, of course, if you want to get advertised on my show, of course, we can also talk about that if you want to hit me up. But this is one of my partners in Vibe, the one, the only Empress Aisha Moore. This is her particular product. And if you want to get her product, you can actually hit her up on Instagram at 1million_adornments. That's 1million_adornments. Or you can actually hit her up via email at empressaishamore@gmail.com. And spread love via Cash App in order to get your earrings that she does have and that are handmade by her and her daughters. All right. It's definitely a labor of love when it comes to them. All right. So make sure you show her some love. And if you want to do a Numerovation session with me, please text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And if you live outside of the United States of America, that means if you live in the Caribbean, if you live in England, if you live in Africa, please text me via WhatsApp. If you live in Germany, I do people in China, Germany, all over the world, India, whoever hits me up via WhatsApp from outside of the United States. If you're in the United States, just text me directly. But if you're outside of the United States, I repeat, use WhatsApp. It's a free app. And of course, the number on there is 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And although, of course, they cannot use Cash App, you can use PayPal. That's www.paypal.me/King Simon. That's www.paypal.me/King Simon. Show me some love and let's work in numbers, because remember, the study of numbers or numerology is applied mathematics. We teach you how to use your mathematics so you can apply them better, so they can be a guiding apparatus or tool for you. All right. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. And do remember to keep on tuning in and locking in to King Simon Presents. Of course, that's King Simon Presents. And of course, King Simon on Facebook, King Simon Productions on Instagram. And you can also hit me up at King Simon Prod on Twitter. And just remember that I also have another YouTube channel, which is called The Ministry of Numerovation, where I like to focus on the numbers more on that particular station. All right. Thank you very much once again. That's right. Don't know this song. Y'all are going to learn today about it. And you could actually find this song on YouTube, family. And we're getting ready for this beautiful sister who's about And we're going to enjoy her vibe right after this song right here on King Simon Presents as we do what we got to do. And let me see, make sure that everything is running well. I see that my computer is going a little crazy over here. I'm in Georgia, family, so do forgive me. All right, I am in Georgia, so let's make it happen. And I want to see y'all. This is my song called Black and White Story. Here we go, family. Black and white story in my mind. Say we have to analyze it. Me, I go tell you a little something about white history. Say how they condemn us throughout slavery. They say we were black and very ugly. I lie them a telling of them history. Cause black is beautiful, the whole of them agree. They come out of the mountains and mix up with feet. Here we go, my friends, in the black and white history. Yeah, it's black, black, black. It's white, white, white. But let me tell the story. Yes, it's black, black. It's white, white, but let me tell the story. May I will tell you a little truth about the black histories for the people who can hear and those who can see. We're the first to come up with anatomy to analyze the truth about we body. We're the first to come up with biology to analyze the lies in the society. We're the first to come up with Egyptology to construct the pyramids that you see. We're the first to come up with psychology to analyze the minds in the vicinity. We're the first to come up with musicology to put the rhythm on your soul and make it rock steady. Correction, my friends, with the black and white history. Yeah, it's black, 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 it's white, white, white. But let me tell the story. Yes, it's black, 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 it's white, white, white. But let me tell the story. Black and white story in my mind. Yes, say we have to analyze it. Black and white story in my mind, in my mind, yeah, family. Woo, Lordy, Miss Claudia, your brother King Simon is in the mother flipping building. That's right. I'm going to have me some fun. Although I don't have my bag of whistles and bells today, and I wish I did because this beautiful sister deserves a round of applause, and I just don't have, I'm not in New York where I usually be in my studio, and I'm actually in Georgia getting ready to hang out with Queen of Four and the crew this weekend. Queen of Four is having an ascension ceremony right here in Georgia, so I'll be there. Lloyd Strayhorn is also in town, so he'll be there. So, you're gonna get some energy when y'all come to the Heal Thyself and the Women's Sacred Women event. We gonna be there in full force, so look out for that. Now, this sister that's about to come on, I'm not gonna hold her up because right now we're broadcasting on 3 different places. My Twitter went down, so right now we're broadcasting on Facebook, we're broadcasting on the Numerovation Nation or the Ministry of Numerovation, and of course King Simon Presents. That's K.S.P. TV. This sister, her bio is so simple. It's like about my art. This is what she says in her, as I was looking through her bio, she said, my art is greatly influenced by the mercy and grace gifted to us by God. The focus of my portraits are the outstanding revolutionaries that exemplify the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Now, this sister I met at beautiful Mama Pill's place. She brought a great art of Dr. Sabi over there. She really is a elegant soul, and she's born on the 29th, so I can figure that out. That was a master number. So, boom, I understand. Oprah Winfrey's born on the 29th, but she's born on the 29th of January. Dr. Sabi's other wife, the one who started the health journey with him, is born on January 29th. Michael Jackson is born on the 29th. So when you start seeing these people with the master number 29, 2 + 9 = 11, woo, that's mastery, that's love, that's energy, that's full force when they come. Even Chadwick Boseman, my late great good friend who we trained on martial arts with, he's born on the 29th. Don Cheeto's born on the 29th. Look here, without further ado, we're going to welcome right here on the virtual stage of King Simon, without the bells and whistles, but I'm going to create my own bells and my own whistles. The one, the only, Ankhet Rumi. Give her a round of applause, people. Everybody put
You're
one
so
there.
funny.
Yes, I know, right? Put the number 11. the number 11 in the chat. Put the number 11 in the chat because she's a master number. How you doing, beautiful? How's everything?
That's beautiful. Wow, that was amazing. Thank you. I'm
Hey,
doing well. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Good to see you again. How's everything?
Thank you. Oh man, it's a pretty day. I'm grateful.
It's a pretty day. That's good. That's good. Now, make sure I pronounce your name right. Please say your name properly, just in case.
Okay, so my birth name is Amber Williams.
Oh yes, I remember that. You said Amber.
And this name Ankhet Rumi is my name as well, but it was a given name. So Ankhet is of the Egyptian Kemetic origin.
Yes.
Actually, the Sudanese Nubian origin, but the Egyptians are known for it. And Rumi, of course, is a famous Sufi poet, lover, teacher, friend, guide. So these two names represents those two communities.
Well, thank you very much for that and breaking that down, because I remember reading some of Rumi's work, because I'm also part of the Sufi order from 1985.
Okay.
I meditated I was under the Sons of the Green Light back in the day.
Oh, Malachi York.
Yeah, Malachi. But before that, also but the Sufism came, and the Sufi teaching came out of Sudan, because he used to bring all that information with people. And so I studied there while I was living in that community back in 85 to 88.
Oh,
so,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, I also recorded in his studio years ago, back in 86. I recorded in his studio. My first Reiki song was recording there. So we used to do a lot of the meditation, and we was also introduced to Rumi through him. And various other Sufis and people of the dervish practicing the stories of the dervish and the chants of the dervish. So we used to do a lot of the Sufi chants from out of Sudan and out of Kemet and different places. So as much as people talk about Dr. York, I know what I experienced there, and it wasn't whatever happening today. I just don't have that story because I was in the man's studio. So I've never had that story, but personally.
I never met him, but the first copy of The Prophet I read was a translation by him, by Khalil Gibran. And I didn't even know what Sufis were at the time. I didn't even know that I was reading Sufi material. This was like years before I had even met Rumi's work.
Wow. And what like I said, I met you at the at Mama Pill spot at Annette Thomas. For Dr. Sabi celebration, and you brought an excellent picture, although I didn't get to see you reveal it because I had to leave early, take my grandchild home, but I did see it on Instagram, the revealing of the painting that you did of our great friend and brother, Dr. Sabi. And I wanted to get into the title of this particular broadcast, which you so eloquently told me to put in. And the title, of course, was Releasing and Rewriting History Through Art and Healing. And I want to find out, let's go into your journey of getting into art and also getting into the healing modalities. Let's talk about that. When did it start for you as a young lady, as a young person growing up into this? When did it start for you? Because I understand you're also from Jamaica, right? Your family's from Jamaica or something?
My mom is from Jamaica, yeah. Whoa. But, it's kind of hard to say, like when, but I'll tell you, like in 2019, that's when I decided I'm just going to put my love, my care, my talent, my art, my poet to the people who showed me that they loved us.
Right.
And which would be like Harriet Tubman.
Yes.
Peter Gordon. For me, the prophets, I love the prophets. The ancient Kemetic people who left so much information for us. Haile Selassie, Emperor Menelik, Empress Taitu. People who wanted, to kind of preserve some kind of dignity for us as a people. And plus, I just love history. And I went to school for sociology, anthropology, and I love writing papers and like gathering information. So I've never been to school for art or writing poems. It's just like something I naturally do. And I thought, where can I channel all this energy? I want to channel it to like us, people who I know I'm not going to waste it because I know their history, I know their story, and none of them are perfect, by the way. Like after, you start doing deep research, you realize, oh, there's like a whole population of people who hate this person that I'm bigging up. But it teaches me to love the whole person and to learn from us, and not to just, focus on the deity aspect of, the amazing things we accomplished, but our shortcomings as well.
Right.
So, but in 2019, that's when I really started, like, I looked at Sarah Bartman's story, and I found out that she could speak 4 languages.
Yes.
She had a child. The child was killed. She had a husband. The husband was killed. She had a father. Her father was the chief of her Khoikhoi village. The father was killed by the Dutch. Her mother was killed. So all of these aspects of her, I just wanted to tell our stories better, paint our pictures better, make our stories poetic and not so deliberately sad.
Right. I mean, and the people that are just tuning in, we are speaking with a wonderful spirit that I did have the chance to meet. We're broadcasting on multiple platforms right now, and I'm seeing people coming in from all over Canada. I see people coming in from Canada and Philly and everybody coming in. Ankhet Rumi.
It's like the Ankh, Ankhet.
Yes. Like like Ankh and Ankhet, the feminine side of
the
Ankh.
Feminine form.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So Ankhet is here, and she, of course, and Ankhet Rumi, and she is our guest. If you want to contact her, especially for her art and her healing art, her number is 470-263 0191. Her email is also AnkhetRumi@gmail. Her IG is also Ankhet Rumi, and spread love via Cash App at Empress Cash and Ankhet Rumi at gmail.com, and that's via PayPal. And show her love on her website. This is her website. Very great art. You can tell she is putting a lot into it. And I like I said, I've felt and I've seen the Bob Marley picture on your art, and I'm going to see if I can share screen so people can see some of the art in a few seconds. But I want to go back because your mom's from Jamaica. Where's your father from?
My dad's from New York, the Bronx.
If from my part there, all right. If from them part when we used to live, I'm from Jamaica, I'm sitting. But
we're Bronx people.
Yeah, they got a lot of Jamaicans out there, so I understand. So now, were they very encouraging, your mom and dad, for you to go into the arts from back in the day? Because I know there's a lot of great artists in Jamaica, like Rex Nettleford, who was of the Dance Jamaica, was also a great artist, and various other people throughout the Maroon and the Ottawa family was very, very artistic back in the day. Did your mother encourage that, the art?
So we're actually Maroon. My mother's grandfather is Maroon.
Me too.
But I think we discussed that. Yeah.
Yes,
we are Maroon, but no, my family is very like intellectually driven. Like, we didn't come to this country for you to paint pictures. Like we my mother is more so like encouraging me to go into law, history, things like that. The art was just like, I feel like it was just something I just could not do. And eventually she was like, okay, I see you really want to do this. So she's supportive now, but more so then it was more so like, pick up your book.
Yeah.
It was
exactly.
And my dad was just like, whatever your mom said.
I totally get it, because that's the family I came from. Pick up your book, I'm gonna learn something, I'm gonna read something.
Pick up your book. Yeah.
And my mother's side was more nurses and doctors and all that. And then my father's side was nurses and doctors and people from Cuba and Jamaica. So it was a Cuban-Jamaican mix.
Professional people.
All professional people. So, and that's what they try to encourage. They never thought I would be into art and singing and performing like that.
And numbers.
And numbers, they never know. Definitely not numbers. But, but I'm glad that at least, even what they was trying to guide you, that was the lesson anyway, because sometimes we need those. As artists or creatives, we need still the law factor. We need to understand we need stuff, and the business. We need to understand the business. So, and that's what's important. And now going through your journey of rewriting. Now you're saying releasing and rewriting. Let's talk about the releasing part. When was the first? Do you remember the first picture you ever painted?
Yeah. It was a picture of a woman with a flag on her face, and it was a red, green, and gold flag. And a lion in the background. That was the first one.
Now, I want to get into that mindset right there, because I went to school for art myself, but I never kept it up. My mother seen the talent. She sent me to a school.
Oh,
and
it's beautiful.
Yeah, but I left it alone. I mean, I could sketch out something right now real quick. My children took that, and I got 9 of them. So, but you know, let's go into the mindset of when you seen that, when you decided to pull that out of your imagination, or did you actually see a picture and decide to redraw it?
No, that was no picture. That was just like me. I was like, you know what it was? I was in like, I think my 2nd year of sociology program. And I was just feeling so statistic out, like just statistics and theories and white mind, just like, and I told a friend how I was feeling, and he encouraged me to paint. He said, well, because he knew me from the time I was a kid, and I used to draw like Dragon Ball Z, and like I always was drawing something. He's like, you should paint. And we did. And that was my friend and my other friend, Desi, we all painted together. So it was just something I just wanted to paint.
I'm glad you say you used to draw like Dragon Ball Z, because my era was drawing Superman and Batman and all them type of thing there. So so that's interesting. But like you said, you tapped into something that made you go that way, and that's very recognize. I want the people to recognize that sometimes we got to listen to our spirit. You know, my brethren, Junior Reed, used to say, listen to the voices. You got to listen to the voices within you.
Rumi said, sometimes you hear a voice on the other side of the door calling to you, like how a fish outside of the water hears the waves. And this turning toward what you deeply love, it saves you. And that's how I feel about art.
That's right.
Poetry, art.
No, that's good, and I commend you, because a lot of artists from the past, from the Leonardo da Vinci, from the Eichel, Beckford, they don't get discovered until years later. You know, they don't get their flowers until years later. You know what I'm saying? Just like the pyramids and the artwork from out of Kemet, or the indigenous artwork that has made it over here, we don't usually get acknowledged till years later. And I went to your website for the first time, and that's why I contacted you, because you popped up on my my feed on Instagram, and I said, let me check this out, and it pulled me in.
Oh wow, that's great.
Remember, I did not see your art of Sabi until I looked on IG, probably the day after, on I think it was Blue Pills or Red Pills IG, and I big up to those two brothers all the time, and their mom, and KT. And KT, who came through with his wife, his queen, his empress. So art has been a very much an intricate part of us as a people all over the world, all darker hued people all over the world. And when you're talking about releasing, I want the audience to know that what would you tell young people that want to express themselves through art and crafts? What would you say to young people like yourself, that to what should they do and how should they tap in?
Yeah, so I want to say 2 things to that. So my idea when we say release, I mean like release those old stories. Like you know, the way we look at Sarah Bartman, or the way we look at certain people in our cultural lineage. I want us to like release those ideas, and hopefully I can help to rewrite them. To, you know, like, did you know she spoke 4 languages? She was a wife, she had a child. But in terms of just like a child who wanted to do art, I would try to get them involved as soon as I possibly could. I would hate for them to be like 21 in college and doing their first painting when they could have been painting from when, like they could have been painting when they was 9, 8, 7. So I would at least, even now, right now, I have a nonprofit organization where we do encourage children to get involved in the arts. Not to let it like, sometimes I look at my work and I think about how much further I could be, like in my work, if I was starting from, you know, them time 8, 9, because I literally started like the way I'm doing it now 2 years ago. I'm 31 now. So I would encourage children to like even if you don't have someone encouraging you, like, you know, you don't have a parent or a tutor, like, just, you know what I love about art? It's one of the easiest things. All you need is a pencil and a piece of paper.
Yep.
If you're lucky, you have crayon. If you're lucky, you have real paint, you know, but especially something like poetry. Because I remember I used to journal so much, like nobody was encouraging me, or just all you need is a piece of paper and a pencil and an interest. And you can write about it. So I would encourage children to just don't wait for someone. I know, like, it would be so great if somebody would take your hand and guide you through this thing, but don't wait for that. Because if God really put that in your heart, it's there. You just have to set time aside to really tune into it. And then when they get older, try your best to take classes about business.
Yes. Because anything that you love, you should turn it into something that is worth it in some form. If I get paid for your time. I remember the great James Brown, may he rest in peace, said,
may he rest in peace.
Yeah, if you ever, anyone with a talent will never be broke. James Brown. I remember I listening to him in an interview and saying that. And when you speak about now going into rewriting history, because we know through studying history that a lot of the quote unquote unmelanated people has rewritten history in their favor.
Oh, goodness.
So when you said rewriting history, I understood where you're coming from, because we do need to rewrite what has not been told about our history. And that's why the pyramids and the Sphinx and all the great things in Mali, throughout Africa, throughout Mexico, throughout the indigenous parts of the world is so important. Those artwork was so important. And you know, what do you want the world to see in your art as you rewrite history?
Yeah. And you know what I would like to add too? What's the difference in our work is that we're not making up stuff. You know, we're not just like writing ourselves as heroes. I'm just telling our story from a perspective of someone who actually cares. Like, I want you to know that Harriet Tubman had narcolepsy. And I want you to know that when she became a free woman, nobody would support her travels. Nobody would support her work. So she had to get a job, save her own money, and fund her own Underground Railroad trips. I want people to know stuff like this about us. I want people to know that Sarah Baartman spoke 4 languages and had a child. So I'm not necessarily... One of the things that I always thought about was power, like cultural influence. Like, how does a man like Patrick become a saint? Because, you know, if you know his history, it's not that nice.
Right.
And the people that he found there are no longer there. So he has many titles in front of his name, but a saint? I don't know. But then I started thinking about our culture. Maybe Sarah could represent that same sainthood energy, because we decided that we're going to take her image back from Dutch colonialists that took her away in the 1700s. And maybe she could be a representative of the Black woman for period. Like, this is who we are now. We're no longer going to allow the world to tell us who we are or how we should behave or what we're good for or what we're worth. Let's put a beautiful gown on her, put a halo behind her head. Let's say she's a saint. Right. Why not? And let it be, you know, it's not just as simple as why not, but let it be because we're writing our history now. We're no longer allowing our people to just be victims for centuries because they were unfortunate. They had an unfortunate meeting with someone from the Netherlands. It just doesn't seem fair anymore. Or Peter Gordon, who most people know him as Whipped Peter. His back was famously photographed during in the 1800s, like closer to the Civil War. And most people just know him because he took that famous photo and it went around the country. This was the first time propaganda was used in our country. This was the first photograph of an enslaved Black person in our country. So we saw the reality of what it could look like. And his back was, you know, obviously just, it was not nice. I don't know what else to say. And so now we have people in the North who are free white and Black people joining the Union Army after seeing his photo. So his story goes on. How about he joins the Union Army? How about he becomes a general in the Union Army? How about he helps to end the Union War. Like, and then he lived 40 years after the war to enjoy his freedom. So, and okay, this man left his plantation with a bag of onions. and every time he crossed a body of water, he's replacing the onions sent back on his body, because he knows that some person is going to be sending a hound after him. So now we understand that he's not just a body, he's intelligent.
Right.
And then 10 days later, 180 miles later, he makes it to the Union Army camp in Baton Rouge and joins the Union Army. And is abducted by the Confederacy and almost beaten. They thought he was dead. They left him. And this man lived and found his way back to the Union Army camp in Baton Rouge and joins the Union Army. And this time becoming a sergeant, leading a siege in the Union Army that ultimately helps to end the Civil War. This man is a war hero. He's a saint for us. He could have just been like, I'm good, I'm damaged, I'm not really well, I'm gonna just sit here. He joins the Union Army, shows the Union Army around Louisiana because he knows the terrain. So I'm not trying to like add things to our stories that are not historically, we can prove them. They're historically documented and and I'm sure there's so much stuff we don't know. So I'm not trying to like, make us fictitiously great. I'm just pulling from what is truly already there, but we just don't know. But these are amazing stories. Any one of the people in the series could have a movie made after them.
That's right.
A victorious film, not a sad story. But an image, like for me, a saint, a patron saint, like typically patron saints, you look at them and they represent a quality. Mm-hmm. This man represents perseverance. Mm-hmm. He represents freedom.
Right.
So, why not? And we come from an ancestral lineage anyway. We pour libations, so why not?
That's right.
That's just my thought. That's how I look at it.
No, that's good. Thoughts are things, dear. Thoughts are things. So if you are thinking that way, it will become a thing. And that's how supposed to be. People that are just tuning in, we have Ankhet Rumi in the building, of course. And if you want to get in contact with our beautiful sister about her art, her classes, her non-for-profit classes on art and everything else that she does, please give her a call at business numbers. Now, I know she's a beautiful lady, so brothers, please calm down, relax. Her number is 470-263-0191. That's 470-263-0191. That is a business number. Her email, of course, AnkhetRumi@gmail.com. Her IG, Ankhet Rumi. Of course, spread love via Cash App. That's Empress Cash. I like the Empress Cash. Keep that money popping. Stop playing. Ankhet Rumi at Gmail, at PayPal. Support her love of her art and what she loves to do. And of course, her website. This is her website, Ankhet Rumi. And I want to share something real quick with your art. But before we share that, I remember, after my aunt passed on, she was, may she rest in eternal peace. I found out that she spoke 12 languages.
No, 12.
And she used to write the pantomime plays in Jamaica. She was the writers of these things and writing plays with her husband at that time. My step uncle, Uncle Michael. He hasn't passed yet, but I know he's going through some health problems. But but it's a shame that we had to find out on the obituary.
Yeah.
Instead of discussing this with them, and then my other aunt used to tell us about the connection between the Maroons and the Arawak, Carib, and all those different unifications, because she knew she was a family historian and was telling us that type of stuff. And, and it's so important. And I want the people to understand that artistry is not just drawing and painting. Our artistry is also poetry, music, sound, dancing. All of that is encompassed in art. So don't be afraid to express yourself. A lot of us have been forced into the lawyer, the doctor, the plumber, and all that. You got a lot of dancers and artists that are plumbers and doctors and lawyers right now. But they really don't want that. They really wanted to go on stage and dance and become something greater in that field because of the love of it, and that's something in their spirit. So I'm happy at 31 you have taken, and you're an old soul. Just by looking at your numbers, I know you're an old soul. The numbers tell me all that stuff. So that old soul energy is coming out even more, and it's going to even show itself even more as you
goodness.
The beautiful thing. So people again support our sister. And tell us about the non-for-profit a little more. Give us a little bit more background on non-for-profit. And where can they contact you through your website about it? They can also contact you through your website. Talk about that, please.
So with the nonprofit, it's called The Art of Esteem. And it's where I used to teach first grade intro into early American civilization. And I was just so worried about the context that our children are understanding. Like their first courses about themselves is slavery. And it's a little bothering for me, because then you hear them say things like, okay, I'll tell you what, I went to Jamaica and I'm volunteering in the school. I love working with kids, by the way. I'm volunteering in the school and I'm talking about Paul Bogle. It's National Heroes Month.
Yes.
And we're talking about Paul Bogle, and I love Paul Bogle, Samuel Sharp, all of them. I love them. And one of the kids who to me is the brightest student in the class. And all I need is one set of eyes. If I got one set of eyes, I'm good. I'm going to talk with all the passion I can muster. And he is like locked in on me. And when I was done, I left room for questions, and he rose his hand and I said, yes, and his name. And he said, Miss Williams, does this mean that Paul Bogle died so that we could do anything? I said, yes, darling, anything. He said, you mean anything? I said, yes, darling, anything. And then he checked again, anything? I said, yes, anything. He said, even be white. And that just kind of hurt me. It hurt me, you know?
Yes.
It hurt me that he would equate Paul Bogle dying for him to be able to change his skin color. And I didn't want to alarm him because he was just 7 years old. So I said, or so that you could be free to love yourself just as you are. So the program, The Art of Esteem, the curriculum tries its best to address this esteem. You know, one of my favorite teachers, Kwame Ture, he said, if you want to talk to Black people about esteem, you can never talk to us as though it was an individual phenomena. You have to address how we see ourselves culturally and in our immediate community, and then how we see ourselves, because we're just so tied in communally that there's really no room for this individual sense of beauty or esteem. So the Art of Esteem tries its best to follow that structure, even with through our curriculum. We address the community, we address the culture, historical culture, pre-colonial historical culture, and then ultimately the individual. And they get affirmations and art courses, kind of like what I'm doing, but for a child. So that they get they get to learn all about Nanny of the Maroons, Paul Bogle, Marcus Garvey, and then they get art time, and then they can present things. So now they're getting used to standing in front of a crowd presenting their ideas. And right now we're basically working in Jamaica, working with the schools to help make sure they have every item that they will need to be COVID proficient. Come September. And that website also is The Art of Esteem, ESTEEM.org.
Let me write that down. Let me put that in the chat here. Before I go on, what's so funny is that we've heard of so many national heroes over the years, and I'm speaking on Jamaica right now, pardon us, family, because we got a little connection there. But there's one person that I didn't hear that much, and that was of the brother J.A. Rogers.
J.A. Rogers? He's a national hero?
Well, he's not a national hero. We've heard of other national heroes, but they never put him on. And he was a historian that traveled the world and wrote Sex and Races racist facts about Negroes and all this. This is a Jamaican born in the grill.
Wow.
They never talked about this brother. Wow. And I didn't hear nothing in that history about this brother. Like, you remember back in the day, they used to make Negril. Negril was like Egypt.
Yeah.
The rest of Jamaica.
It's like you made a pilgrimage to Negril.
They used to separate Negril. Like it was Egypt.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
So they kept a great treasure like what's his name?
Rogers.
From Joel Augustus Rogers. That's his name. Yes.
I just want to add to your thought.
Yes.
Senegal has done such a good job of preserving their intellectuals. Like you go to Senegal, you'd be so hard pressed to go 2 blocks without seeing Cheikh Anta Diop's name on a wall.
Good.
You know?
Good.
And I always admired them for that. I'm like, wow, they really value their anthropologists and their historians and their intellectuals and their sheikhs, their religious figures. Senegal is a beautiful place, by the way.
Yes.
Jamaica's doing a good job too, by the way. We could do better, but we're doing okay.
Well, I heard they're trying to renovate Spanish Town, what used to be the capital back in the day. So I heard they're renovating that part in Spanish Town. But what was that website you was talking about again, sister? So I can write it down.
Oh, it's the name of the organization. It's called The Arts of Esteem.
ESTEEM.
.org.
I just want to make sure they'll see that. Put it in the right here, not in the chat. I'll put it on the phone. That is her. There it is. The non-profit.
Can I say something? I went back to Jamaica in February, right? And the last time we did like an extensive, intensive program in Jamaica was like 2016. And before then, 2014. And then since then, we've just been doing like, you know, here now and then we would go and make sure they have the materials or just visit just me by myself. But the really intensive group that went through the entire curriculum, that was in 2016 at the latest, at the earliest. When I went back to Jamaica, the kids are big now. They're like in grade 6. And they're like, Miss Williams, I am strong and I am worthy. So like they're like repeating the affirmations that we used to say every day. And it was just a 30-day course, by the way. It wasn't like a semester. And then they're like showing me yoga poses that they remembered from when. I'm like, oh my God, I need to get back on my Dean because I've been pretty active here in Atlanta with the program. But I miss the kids. And just to know that time that we spent together really impacted them. And the first thing they want to say to me is, I am strong and I am worthy. You know, Jamaica, it could be hard sometimes. They'll be like, move your eye big, like, you know, like, it's not like the nice. So when they come up to me and they're saying those really, really powerful, sweet things, I'm just like, okay, this matters. And one more thing, the kids, when I first showed up, they're like, Africa is just like, don't even talk about it, right? And then by the time the program is done, they're asking me if they can go visit with me when I go. So it's really just a matter of a conversation and time and effort. But our children, they're interested in who they are, but not if it's attached to slavery all the time.
All the time, and colonialism. You know, I want to thank another friend I used to work with, Muta Baruka.
I love him.
That really promoted the African connection, and all the Rastas and all the musicians in Jamaica that really kept it in our ear. Because I can attest that it was the Burning Spears and the Bob when I was young, and the Count Machuki and of course Sister Nancy and all of them that kept it in my ear back in the day.
Sizzla.
Of course, Sizzla. Well, you're talking about the younger generation.
He's coming after them. But for me, it was like
Luciano. I've worked with Sizzla. I've worked with Luciano. I've worked with all of those guys. Beanie Man. I've worked with Buju, and these guys kept it going, and they became an ambassador. Although Jamaica used to be one that shunned the Rasta look, shunned the lock look when we was younger. Even my mother, she's still alive, but I love her to death. When John Hope became a Rasta, she stopped listening to John Hope music. Yeah, I mean, but that's how it was, because they're coming from that high prestigious family, and the thinky, you know, what we used to call it, speaky smoky, the speaky smoky people there. So, hello. Yeah, they want to mock the Queen's English and do all of that. So commend the Rastas, commend the Rasta brothers and sisters that kept Marcus Garvey out there, that kept out there, who kept and all the great ones, and you know, the brothers from all throughout the Caribbean that became Rastas in Haiti, and all throughout the Caribbean, because Dr. John Henry Clark, my dear, said that there was more revolutionary outbursts and wars in Jamaica than it was in Haiti. This is John Henry Clark saying this. So there was a lot going on in all these islands that just kept on going. Of course, we can't forget Dutty Bookman, who was from Jamaica, that went over to Haiti. We can't forget that. So I love what you're doing in the art. And at a young age, I can only imagine what you're going to become in the next 30 years.
Oh, inshallah, we'll see.
Inshallah, yes, right. Mashallah, that's what Allah wants. You know, I studied this. But it's very important that you continue to stretch forth your healing hand, because mathematically you are a healer that is supposed to do what you're supposed to do, and you're in this dispensation of time to do that for the young people around the world. That's why I'm glad that we're online. We could reach all 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth right now with what you're doing and what I'm doing and what everybody is starting to do. And I want you to continue that. And I want all of us to pray and meditate that she is successful in whatever she accomplishes, and send that energy out to her. And all the artists out there, my cousin, Ankhet Beckford, he's my cousin, but I didn't get to see him at his mother's funeral, and he's been under. I don't know if he went under depression or not, but I was looking at his art today, a couple of days ago, and I said, "Man, what beautiful artwork, Akel." His name is Michael Beckford, and I'm that's my mother's side, and one of his father or his brother was one of the Scatterlight players. He played the trumpet for the Scatterlight. His name was Dizzy Moore, and he turned the art. Akel turned his music into art, and that's what I wish he'll reach out to me, and so I can help him as much as I can, and do the same thing I'm doing with you. But I commend you, my sister, and I hope that this is like that your mind and your spirit is guided in the righteous path continually, to help the young people that are now looking at you from a far eye, but yet learning and accepting what you have to offer with a close view. That's the prayer I have for you and offer from my spirit, because that just came out of my spirit to share, because I was one of those people that wasn't encouraged that much to go into the art. Although my mother took me to the classes, everybody wasn't there to push it as much as I wanted. I could have done that, but I'm glad my son and my children are doing, my grandchildren. I don't know what to see what's going to come out the grandchildren. So, but moving right along, sister, everybody, family, I want y'all to go to her website. Of course, that's one. And then this one, the nonprofit website, the artsofesteem.org.
Oh, there's no S, sorry.
There's no arts? Oh, and arts?
No, it's just art.
Okay, no problem. I can take that. That's easy.
That's no problem.
That's the easy part. I can do it.
That's right. That's the easy part.
I can do. See, whatever she's doing, you have children that want to get into the art, that want to get into arts and crafts. Even if you're a volunteer teacher who can teach arts and crafts, even online, because she want to reach the world. She don't want to just reach little Jamaica. Like Marcus Garvey said, why would I give up our continent for an island? You cannot give up the continent for an island. You have to immerse the islands into the continent and to every indigenous place all over. But start at home. I understand.
Yeah, start at home.
I understand. Any last words, my sister, in what else you're doing, what you got coming up in the future?
I just want to thank you for bringing me on your platform. This has been very warm and refreshing, kind of like a refresher course for me too, and just to like have someone pray for me, that's beautiful. I'm very grateful. And I guess to anyone, I can't really see who's listening or watching, but if you are here, thank you for listening to what we have to say. It's an honor.
Mm-hmm. Any you have anything coming up?
So just a continual addition to the Saint series, where we focus on, again, the divinity of the masculine and the feminine, and people in those like Thomas Sankara and Asada Shakur. So just, I guess I would just ask for people to continue to watch on my website and on Instagram, as we continue to add people, tell more stories. Tell more stories. I know that Tassili and I were discussing having a Divine Masculine showing in Atlanta sometime, but we never did settle on a time.
Oh, my dear Tassili, this is some of her art here, family. I just want to, before you leave, I want to show this beautiful art that you got, and tell the people about that person right there.
So speaking of Tassili actually purchased this piece.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I was the person who introduced Thomas Sankara to her, and she fell in love with him like all of us do, because he is a great exemplar of, I hear a lot of talk about like divine masculine and divine feminine, and for me, Thomas Sankara is that. I mean, he was born in well, at the time the country was a French colony, and it was called Upper Volta.
Right.
And his parents wanted him to be a Catholic priest, but he joined the military and he was sent to Madagascar to train. And while in Madagascar, he saw an uprising. He saw the people there overthrow the government. And when he went back to Upper Volta, he had these new ideas in his head. He had also read Karl Marx's The Communist Manifesto. He was getting into his ideas were expanding about what was possible. And he was thinking, what if we could change things in Upper Volta? Because at the time, people were like, from my understanding, there were not secure meals every day, nor water. And that was one of his main running slogans, 2 meals and 7 liters a day, something along these lines. And so he eventually became prime minister, but he would do things kind of like Muammar Gaddafi. When you follow his story, he would just get on, kind of like when you go to like the West End and you see people just like with megaphones, just saying things. But Thomas Sankara was one of those people. And as was Muammar Gaddafi, they would just take any opportunity to say things, and people started to support his political ideology, and he became prime minister. And then,
Prime Minister of where?
Of Upper Volta, of his country.
Upper Volta, okay, no problem.
And then he had a bloodless coup. And from my understanding, it was supported by none other than Muammar Gaddafi. Muammar Gaddafi supported this movement, and he had a bloodless coup. But it was in support of the people who lived in Upper Volta. It wasn't like, he was like some tyrant who just came in and swindled the seat. They didn't want the person in power. I think this person was more like a French kind of like a representative of the French over the people. So they weren't really interested in having him in power anyway. So when Thomas Sankara took power, the first thing he did with his power was rename the country Burkina Faso, meaning land of the incorruptible men, or in another word, land of the upright men.
Upright men.
Men meaning, the human race, men and women. So he wanted his country to become this place where you wouldn't sell, your resources and buy nice cars for the entire political cabinet while everybody's skipping meals. And so one of the things he immediately did was sell all of I think they had Mercedes that all the people in the political cabinet were driving. He sold them all and got them what we would call jalapenos. Right? Like it's just enough to get you from where you are to where you're going. So, and he used that money to fund a lot of the programs that they started in Burkina Faso, which included no longer importing clothing items. So now they were they were charged with growing their own cotton, putting up their own factories to manufacture the cotton into clothing items that they could wear. So he was, I heard stories about him. I'm not sure if this is true, but he would go like in the street and he would just like be so accessible to people. And he'd say, let me see your tag. And if the tag said made in China or made in US, he would give them Burkina Faso clothing.
That's right.
And make them wear it. And he also is one of the most progressive people on the political stage that we see, because he outlawed domestic violence.
Wow.
He made it mandatory. Well, it was mandatory for his government to have women in seats of power. There was some less, I guess, fascinating things, such as like school regulatory things happening at school, such as if a woman gets pregnant, or a girl really gets pregnant, then she gets kicked out of school. So he made it so that the boy was suspended as well. So just little things like this that we see Thomas Sankara doing that we hadn't seen on a global scale before. So no more food. He said, Thomas Sankara is famous for saying, you want to find colonialism, look in your plate. your rice is from China, your wheat is from France. So he stopped all of the imports of food. And now if you live in Burkina Faso, you ate food that grew out of the ground in Burkina Faso. The most impressive thing about this man, and probably what's behind really racism, imperialism is behind his murder. But the most impressive thing that we see that he did was stop paying colonial taxes to the French. Mm-hmm. And he actually went to Haile Selassie, who created the African Union in Ethiopia. He actually went to the African Union and gave this speech. He said, look at me, you all. And he always was in his fatigues and in his cap. And he said, all of these things that you see comes from Burkina Faso. And, everybody's like, what is he talking about? He said, this is not a fashion show. I'm telling you so that you know what's possible for the African in the African countries. And then he said, I'm no longer paying colonial taxes. What about you guys? And he says, well, if you continue to pay colonial taxes and you do not join me, I won't be here next year. But if you join me, we could have a different Africa. So him and Muammar Gaddafi kind of were aligned in their visions for Africa. So, of course, he actually didn't make it back that year. He was assassinated by the French government. And so his presidency was for 4 years. But during his presidency, he eliminated illiteracy. I mean, much like you see in Cuba with Fidel Castro with these numbers, So this is just an example of some of the people that we like to focus on in these series. Of course, Noble Drew Ali.
Yes.
But thank you for asking me that. Thomas Sankara is one of my favorite people, by the way.
I thought so. That's why you had him up there first. But family, please go to her website and see all the beautiful art up there. Bob is up there.
Bob is up there.
Yeah, Haile Selassie is up there. Of course, they have other great pictures up there. And I again want to thank you very much for even being a part of my visual journey here on KSP TV.
I appreciate it so much.
I hope to do it again with you, and you should have a master class out there doing your thing because you deserve to spread this wealth of information. And are you in Georgia still, or are you outside of Georgia?
I'm in Georgia, and I also do commissions, by the way, just to throw that. I just did a sunset, so it doesn't have to be revolutionary figure.
Of course, anything.
So I also do commissions, and my pieces are all for sale.
Right. Yes, that's right. And are you coming to Queen of Foo's event this weekend or no?
I didn't even know about it. I was listening to you and I said, Queen of Fu is in Atlanta.
Yeah. So go on online, her queenoffu.com. Yeah, hit it up. She's going to be here for 4 days. 4 days, the whole ascension ceremony. And myself and Lloyd Strayhorn are supposed to do the Man Heal Thyself segment on Saturday.
Oh, that sounds beautiful. I would definitely look into it.
Yeah, Supernova's going to be here. All of them is going to be here. So we're going to be there. Vendors are welcome also, I believe. If you go on that website, you'll find out more about it. But once again, I want to thank you very much for coming on. Please go to a nonprofit organization, theartofesteem.org. For young people and up. So we're trying to make sure we encourage the young people to get in there and do what they do to make it happen. Remember, her website is right here on the screen, AnkhetRumi.com. Remember, show her love, spread love via her Cash App on the screen, her PayPal on the screen. If this meant anything to her, if you can't send me no funds, send her some funds. Hit her up and see if you get your children in a class or some young adult that's interested in the arts, even as a hobby. It's all right. You could do both. You could do multiple streams of things. So that's what I'm talking about. Once again, thank you very much, my beautiful sister, for coming on. And I hope to see you while I'm out here. I'm here till like the 7th, I think, the 6th or the 7th. But I'll be back because I'm relocating down this way. So I'm going to be doing some events. So maybe we could do some events together.
I would love that.
Yeah, we could do some events. While you talk, I could do while I do the numbers, you do the art. And we can switch it.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yes. And thank you very much. All right, sister?
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Peace. That's our beautiful sister. Thank her very much for coming in. Again, go to her website and show her some love. And this is all her information right here, the telephone number, the email to get in contact with her. This is her website right here. All right, www.AnkhetRumi.com. ankhetrumi.com. That's ankhetrumi.com. Of course, this is a non-for-profit. She does different styles of art. She don't just do one form of art. She does much more. So make sure you show her some love and give her some love. Go to that website and see if you can sign up or support her in any way, since it's a nonprofit. And we need sisters that's going to help bring out that the balance of the brain, the right and the left side. We need the balance of the both. So art is one of those sides of that we can work with, and we need to have the balance. So art is one of those that helps balance us all, especially men and women, and finding that balance. And I'm glad that she is doing what she loves to do, because if you don't do what you love to do, it's not good. Do what you love to do, family, because if you do what you love to do, you'll never work a day in your life. If you do what you love to do, you'll never work a day in your life. And that's what I've learned over the years. All right. So I'm going to close out with the advertisement as I came in. And I want to thank each and every one of you that shared this and showed some love. The sister was elegant. She's very nice sister. She's one of that 29th energy, that 29 energy, which equals 11. That's that master number energy. Powerful. So want to thank her. I don't have my bells and whistles, the clap, the applause, and all that kind of stuff. Not today. But I will have it soon when I get back into New York, and I'll be traveling with a mobile studio coming down here to Georgia. I'll be in Georgia. Yeah, I'll be working between New York, Georgia, and Florida, only because my mother's still up there, and I want to make sure she's always all right. And my sister's still up there, and 2-3 of my children are still up there. Actually, 4 of my children up there. So, and the rest of them down here, down south. And my grandchildren, man, I got to see a few of my grandchildren. Although I got 10 of them, I got to see a few of them down here. So that was good. Again, if you want to take my classes, fam, my course, 2 links you will receive. It's 8 hours, and you can listen to it at your own pace. You can study it, whatever you want. Once you purchase the course, it's yours to study. The link, you get to study it for yourself, okay? And enjoy it. And believe me, it's a basic, but believe me, you'll enjoy every minute of it, because I'm touching certain things and showing you how to open your mind, to stretch your mathematical mind to another level. Because numerology is evolving and numbers are evolving. Even the binary code is going to evolve. Oh, yes. I had a mathematician on here a couple of months ago, Mr. Adam, and he even broke down the binary code is about to change in order to make this new wave of computers go another level. So, oh, yeah, it's about to change. And also remember, support Carbon Royalty. Cash App is $King Simon 3158. I want to thank everybody that gave me a super chat. Although I don't use super chat that much because YouTube, they doing their thing, and I'd rather y'all send Cash App or PayPal. And of course, my PayPal is paypal.me/King Simon. Again, please support our beautiful sisters at Better Health Shop. That's a Better Health Shop. Make sure you show them some love. Hit them up. This is their site, betterhealthshop.etsy.com. That's betterhealthshop.etsy.com. And of course, their 1-800 number is 1-800-820-7822. That's 1-800-820-7822. And give them a call. They got some great products on there. Check out their website. Great. I got the monatomic gold. It was very good. Very good with my lucid dreams. And I've been having a lot of those lately. So I got to get some more. My books, my 4 books thus far are on sale right now on Amazon and Kindle. And right now I have, I think, 2 hardcover books with me. 3 or 2 hardcover books. Someone just purchased while I was traveling now, but I do have 3 of them with me. If you do want to order a hardcover, the Numerovation for Mental Stability. I don't have the other ones, but you're more than welcome to go to my Linktree link and order all of my books through Linktree. You can buy my books through Linktree. It'll take you directly to the Amazon link. If you don't want to look for it, it'll take you directly to the Amazon link. Numbers are simple. People are complicated. No promotion is bad promotion. Numbers are simple. Our children's health is important. And of course, Numerovation for mental stability is available. Big up to my son, of course. This is his beautiful music. Make sure his love making music. Believe me, if you want to make some love, my son got some great music, all right? And he got a voice on him. You think his daddy and his mommy got a voice, he has a voice on him. So big up to him. His link is right there on the bottom. The link is right there on the bottom. Show him some love. Let him and spread love to him. Here is my dear friend and family, Janelle Lewis, licensed real estate salesperson and consultant. Give her a call at 347-866-1153. That's 347-866-1153. And if you want to get consulted about your first property, whatever, sister can help you out and give you some guidance. Brother Lloyd Strayhorn, one of my teachers, that really pushed me over the hump to get into numerology, the world-renowned astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn. Go take his beginner's class and his intermediate class. Go through his website. That's the only way you should go, www.lloyd-strayhorn.com. That's www.lloyd-strayhorn.com. And here is Pedalwise, pedalwise.com. If you want great products for fibroid tumors, anything dealing with women's health. She has great testimonials on her website, people, mental health, all of that. She's an acupuncturist also. She uses African and Asiatic herbs. She really helps people out. I know this because when I go to Florida, that's who I stay with. And I'll be having her on very soon because she's also have a new YouTube channel that we're going to start promoting for her. And she accommodates me in Florida all the time and shows me love, take me all over the places, to the beaches and everything. We ride bikes and everything. Her business partner, and everybody else that's there, the moms, everybody that's there, the brother. Big up to Jamel, big up to him. And remember, go to pedalwise.com and use the 10% off coupon code. That's the 10% off coupon code. And that code is King 2021. That's King 2021. So make sure you show them some love. And once, last but not least, as far as advertisement is concerned, if you want to do a Numerovation session with me, please text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. I do have a waiting list, a minor waiting list, but it's a minor one. It's dwindled down. I've helped everybody else as much as I can through the numbers. And remember, this is applied mathematics. If you learn how to apply your numbers, they can guide you, but it takes work. If you live outside of the United States, I repeat, if you live outside the 52 states or the 50 states and the 52 extras, whatever they got, Canada, Jamaica, Caribbeans, Florida, England and Florida is like a whole new world. But no, not Florida. But everywhere else outside of the United States, you can text me via WhatsApp and we can set that up over the Zoom call or the StreamYard call. And because y'all don't have Cash App, y'all can use paypal.me/King Simon. That's paypal.me/King Simon to get a numerovational session. Remember, I blend numerovation numbers with motivational concepts and principles and help to give you guidance so you can maximize your numbers. I do not do readings. I do consultations so you can maximize and activate your numbers. Better use them like a GPS. That's what I strive to do, and it's always constantly developing. All right. So please, so again, when you do text me, that's what you got to do. There's no ASAP. When you're ready, when you send me the finance, boom, that's when we set it up. I check the calendar and make it happen. That's how I do it. And before we close out, this is what I always close out. Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guests, speakers, or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcaster and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Once again, we want to thank this beautiful sister for coming on. I wish I had my applause button, but I'm going to give her applause. Give her a big applause. We got into releasing and rewriting history through art, and she was breaking down some stuff. At the age of 31, she's such an old soul. My goodness, just being born on the 29th, which is an 11. All master numbers are old souls. All master number potentials are old souls. Any number that goes above 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all of that is old soul energy. Oh man, you got to understand what y'all born under, and you got to learn how to use it. So as far as my system, most numerologists will say certain numerologists will say that the master numbers and anything that's just up to 9, but anything 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way up to infinity, or any way up to 31, those are old soul energies. Old soul energies, and you got to learn how to utilize that old soul mathematical energy so it can be beneficial to you. So before we close out, prayer time, family. This is a prayer that myself and Empress Aisha Moore usually say. Right now, she's not showing up on our broadcast right now, but I'm going to talk to her and see what's going on with her. I know her birthday is coming up, and I just like to keep things in order, like things focused. I like people to keep things in order so we'll know what's going on. So enough respect to her wherever she is. But this is a prayer. Everybody take a deep breath. Count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Or Jali 2. Each knee, Sanji. And get ready. This is the prayer. I'm going to say it twice. I'm going to say it individually, and then we're going to say it as far as universal, that all of us can accept it. And the prayer is, and this was founded by Dr. Delbert Blair. If you do want to support Dr. Delbert Blair's legacy, go to his shop. Go to his shop, themetacenter2.com. It's on the screen, themetacenter2.com. He has his books there. He has the Faraday tech. He has the magnets there. He has the diodes there. He has all of that on that right now on Dr. Delbert Blair's website. That's themetacenter2.com. All right, here's the prayer. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth and your love now. Let's say it to everybody. Everybody, let's put it in a universal perspective. And we're going to say it again. Jali 2. Please, Universal Creator, know in our heart that we love you. Please protect us and this planet on which we live now. Please open our mind, our spirit, and our soul to receive only truth and your love now. Once again, thank you, Dr. Blair, for this great prayer. Thank you, Dr. Blair, for this great prayer. Make sure you go to his website. I want to thank each and every one of you for showing up, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on wherever you show up and see me at, Instagram and all those different places. Please, thank you very much for your support, your love, all of that you do. And of course, if you want to find out where I'm at on Instagram, here we go. There we go. We're on Facebook and Instagram too. Check this out. Look this up. King Simon Productions on Facebook and Instagram. You can catch me on those two social medias, and of course on YouTube right here at the Numerovation Nation and the Ministry of Numerovation, and also King Simon Presents, or K.S.P. TV. We got some new people coming on. I'm going to check with them and make sure we got some new people that's going to have their own show here on K.S.P. TV. So look out for that. We'll be promoting that momentarily. Just want to make sure we finalize what's going on and make sure everything is going well. And again, love and honor to you and your ancestors, as I love and honor myself and my ancestors. And protect yourself. Stay strong, stay focused, and keep prayed up and keep meditated up. It ain't over until we win, like our dear brother Kaba Kamene always say. It ain't over until we win. And like Bobby Hemmett said, we already won. We just need to learn to meet the spiritual aspect with the physical aspect, and you'll realize that you won. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Peace. This is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovator. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now.